Hi, my co-educators. We are back again to talk about learning outcomes in Google Docs. We've been doing a lot of Google Classroom tutorials in the past. We just began with Google Docs, and we've done quite a number of things. We've introduced you to Google Docs. We've talked about another video where we added texts, we inserted images, and then we did quite a number of formatting of our works in Google Docs. Let us continue the learning outcomes and talk about how to add links and comments and some other things that can make your Google Doc presentation or Google Doc material fantastic, and also something great for students to learn with. Um, you start by opening your Google Docs, and like I've always said, make sure you use the right email to open your Google Doc. Should you use the wrong email to open your Google Doc, and that email is not the same email that was used to work with your Google Classroom, you may have a problem of not being able to locate the file. So therefore, the first thing I want to do, as I have opened my Google Doc, is to go to the upper right side of the screen, select the email, and make sure that I'm using the right email. If the right email, that is the same email that I used to open my Google Classroom, is the one that is set, I'm ready to go. Remember, I told you at the previous classes that if you want to create a new file, you have to select the plus button and select new document. But in our case here, we have created the Google Doc file already. All we want to do is continue to edit the Google Doc file. So we will have to locate the Google Doc file from the list of Google Doc files that we have been creating and that we have been naming accordingly so that we can recognize them when we see them. The one I've been working with is Civic Education Nigeria. We've been talking about Nigeria. I tap on it and Nigeria opens. The Nigeria document file opens. While we wait for it to open, remember that for you to continue to edit your Google Doc file, you need to tap the pencil button that is at the bottom right side of your screen to continue editing. We said earlier that we've added texts, and these are the texts. Students can make their lesson notes from here, they can read. Then we did we added some images that can help the students to understand better what they are studying, and then we did some formatting. We formatted the heading Nigeria, and these are some of the things that we have done before. Let's continue. Before we talk about adding comments and links, Nigeria is the heading. I want it to be bigger than every other text that is in this material. I can tap on Nigeria to highlight it, and then I can tap my A button, capital letter A button that has lines in front of it at the upper part of the screen. When I tap that, I get an access to even much more format tools at the bottom side of my screen. I want to increase the size of Nigeria there, so I use font size. I can increase the font size to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. You can see as I keep increasing the font size, the heading keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. You can change the font style, you can change the font itself. Currently we have Arial. We can change the font to something else. We have Comic Sans. If I select Comic Sans, Nigeria changes to the Comic Sans font style. If I select Caveat, Nigeria changes to Caveat style. And then we have some other types of fonts. So this is to let class teachers know that you have access to quite a number of formats that you can work with. I like to use Arial, so I set Nigeria back to Arial, and I press the back arrow in front of behind font to go back to the format area. Text color, text highlights, clear formatting, and also the things are here for us to make good use of the format tools to get our job done. We have paragraph where we can do a lot of line spacing, alignment, and so on and so forth. Before you do all this formatting, make sure you have highlighted what you want to format. If you want to format an entire paragraph, you have to first of all highlight the entire paragraph successfully. You have to highlight that paragraph successfully before you go ahead and do your formatting. It is what you highlight that will be formatted. That's key. You want to highlight, you want to format only one word, you tap on that one word and you go ahead with your formatting. Okay, without much ado, let's go and talk about adding comments. We said earlier in the previous classes that to add comments into your Google Doc file, you need to look for maybe an ambiguous word that you think the student may find not so easy when they are making their notes and when they are doing their study. Let me look around for one of the word that I consider ambiguous. For example, this paragraph that is directly under the first image says Nigeria is a sovereign state. My students may not fully understand what sovereign state is, so I want to explain to them what sovereign state is with the use of a comment. I tap on sovereign state and highlight sovereign state, and I scroll up to select the plus sign, which is insert, and I select comment. When you select comment, the comment is ready for you to add. You can see it blinking, add a new comment. I want to say the meaning of sovereign state is okay. I don't want to have to go and check through the internet to get for the meaning of sovereign state. But let's talk about population. Population. Here we have population. I'm trying to scroll around to see population. Here it is. I tap on population and I tap on the plus button and I tap on comment. Comment begins to show itself like this. I begin to type. Population means all population is all the inhabitants of a particular place. Of a particular place. I can go ahead and define population much more by saying it refers to the total number of beings, to the total number of beings living in a particular area. In a particular area. And then I can give an example. I can say, for instance, if we know, let me put it this way and say, if we know the particular population of a city, if we know the particular population of a city, we can estimate the number of resources it needs. We can estimate the number of resources it needs. Once I'm done, I can send this, and you see it's sending and it is saving. It is saving for just that document. This is it. What I've done is to successfully help my students to understand the word population better. And for the sake of this class, for the sake of the material you are creating, you should make as many of comments as possible. For instance, I can add that of sovereign state, I can add one for British comments and British government, and so on and so forth. I can add that one for flag of Nigeria, and so on and so forth. It helps the students to, whenever they don't understand the word, they can tap it and read through to have a good understanding of the word and continue to study and continue to make their notes from there. This is how to add comments. Let us test this comment. I will select the mark sign at the upper part of my screen to say that I'm done with editing this file. When the student opens this, he's reading through. Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa. Nigeria has an average population of 200 million. Wait a minute. What does population mean? Oh, it is even highlighted. Let me tap it and see what it means. So the student taps population, and the explanation for population shows itself. It says population is all the inhabitants of a particular area. It refers to the total number of beings living in a particular area. For instance, we'll know the particular population of a city. If we know the particular population of a city, we can estimate the number of resources it needs. Okay, when we look at this comment, it seems as if there's a mistake where we have the for instance. It's supposed to be if we and not add we. So you can select the three dots in front of resolve, right, and then tap edit. You're ready to edit your work. You scroll straight to where you want to correct the work, and you put the correction. For instance, if, not add. When you do this, send it again, and it is correct. Your student was reading through, he saw a word that he felt was ambiguous, or you felt should be ambiguous to the student, and you created a comment for the student to read further. This is 21st century stuff. This is what you want your students to see. This is how you want your students to study, and doing things like this will help them to have a better understanding of the material you have prepared for them in class. Now, we're going to continue to edit our material and add links. For instance, I want my students to have information about Nigeria. I want them to read more about Nigeria. What do? I select the edit button at the lower right side of my screen. That's the pencil button. Once I select it, I will position my cursor where I want the link to display. The first instance is I want students to see something like further studies. When they see further studies, they can tap it and read more about Nigeria. So my cursor is blinking exactly where I want the link to show itself. Then I select the plus sign at the upper part of my screen. Plus sign there means insert, just in case. What do I want to add? Is it a comment? No. Is it an image? No. Is it a table? No. I really want to add a link, so I select link. Link is asking you, what text do you want to display? And then what's the link you want to add? The text I want to display is further studies. Or let me use the word click to read further, to study further about Nigeria. Before you insert a link, you as a teacher must have gone to the website, must have browsed through the website to see a particular website that you think will help your students when they are studying your material. That particular website must relate to the topic at the level of your students. You don't want to take a topic on the website that will suit university students for a primary class student. So you do your research, you find a good website, you pick the website, and then you add it as a link. I've picked a website for Wikipedia that talks about Nigeria. So I'm going to type in the web address for Wikipedia for Nigeria. And it is important to let you know that if you type the wrong link, the students will get to the wrong website. And as you keep typing, you can see that Google Docs is trying to show you certain information or what the website you're trying to open is. But I continue with my work. wiki/Nigeria. Okay, this is the website that I want my students to see whenever they select the link. And you can see Google Docs has, there's a website like this, and it is a correct website. Once I'm done, I'll select the mark at the upper right side of my screen to show that it is there. Can you see the link displayed? The students have just started reading. Nigeria is the most populated country in Africa. Nigeria has an average population of 200 million people. Nigeria is located in West Africa. And he's reading something like that says, click to study further about Nigeria. While the student is doing his work, if he taps on the link, the website will open, and the website will be a Wikipedia website that talks about Nigeria. He can study further, and everything he needs to know about Nigeria will be right in front of him. You want to do this, and you want your student to have far better understanding of what you're doing. Another method by which you can do this is by making one of the words that you've typed be the link itself. Instead of putting this thing called click to study further about Nigeria, you can highlight, let's say for instance, Nigeria. You can highlight Nigeria. You can highlight Nigeria as a word. I'm trying to get that highlighted. Okay, this is Nigeria highlighted, and then you can select the insert button, which is the plus button. Select link. This time around, you see Nigeria is in the text already, simply because you have highlighted Nigeria. All you need to do is type in the link. The link again is en.m.wikipedia.org. Oh, I made a mistake. I mistakenly select done. I have to go back there to highlight that same Nigeria and continue with the edit that I was doing. Okay, select the plus sign and I select link to continue editing. Like I said earlier, I have typed the wrong link, and you can see at the bottom Google Doc is not giving me any information. That means that link is not correct. So I want to make sure I get my work completely done. Wikipedia.org, yes, /wiki/Nigeria. Alright, now this is correct. Once I'm done, I can select the plus sign, the mark sign at the upper right of my screen, or I can select done on my keyboard. Whichever of the two I select will make sure that Nigeria is highlighted. Can you see we have two links in this first paragraph, both of them pointing at the same website. If you prefer the first type of link, where we have Nigeria itself as a link, fine, you make use of it. Or if you prefer to write something like further studies or click to study further about Nigeria, you put it there. I will prefer for teachers for now to use the one that says click to study further about Nigeria. And the reason is because your students will read it and they will know, oh, I'm supposed to click this and study further. The other type that we worked on that has Nigeria highlighted as a link at the upper part will be better for secondary students that are older and have an understanding that anytime they see any word underlined in color blue like that is a link that should be opened. Yes, you can do that. And you should add as many links as possible to your Google Doc file, as many links as possible. So I'm going to scroll up to try and see what else I can add link for. For example, it says I have an information here that says Nigeria is located in West Africa. I want to add a link for West Africa. I want West Africa to be a link. I want my students to read something about West Africa. Therefore, I'll highlight West Africa and then I tap on the plus sign and I select link. Some people would like to, okay, let's do that. You select, tap the plus sign which is insert, you select link. When you select link, West Africa is there in front of you already, and then you type the you type the websites, which is going to be the link eventually. Oh, my keypad continues to make me make this mistake, so I'm going to highlight it again to edit link. It recognizes it as a link, that's why it's saying follow link, edit link, remove link. I can select edit link to go about writing the right or the proper link. wikipedia.org/wiki/Nigeria. Oh, no, this time around it's going to be /West Africa, and West Africa according to the wiki has West_Africa. You don't want to make a mistake with typing the right link. So we've done this, and then you click your mark sign. This let me let you know that when you find your website from another browser, the one for which you want to make use of as a link, you can copy the website link directly from the address browser and from the address of the website in the browser. If you copy it, you can be rest assured that if you paste it directly in link here, it will be correct. Once you do that successfully, select the mark sign at the upper part of your screen. You can see that West Africa is also made a link. Let's assume we are done with our work. Today we have successfully added a comment, which is population, and then we've added 3 links. If we say we are done with our work and we select the plus sign, the mark sign at the upper left side of our screen to say our work is complete. The time the students come to study and they see click to study further about Nigeria and they tap, Google Doc will redirect the students to their browser and open the right website for them to study further. And this is exactly what is happening right now. The student is going to start reading about Nigeria. Isn't this good? Okay, the website is a little bit slow, but then it's coming up. We are going to see it in the next few seconds. This is it. This is Nigeria. This is all the information about Nigeria. These are the flag of Nigeria, the coat of arms, location of Nigeria on the globe. There's even an audio here or a video here for students to watch, and then many more information about Nigeria. You can see all the languages we have in Nigeria, and so on and so forth. So the student has an information, a very large wealth of information that helps him to study more about Nigeria. When he's done with his study, he can go back to the Google Doc for Nigeria and continue his work. and continue what he is studying, which really will come out handy for the student. The student can go back and continue to do his study. Let us make good use of these things that we add into our works, like texts, adding images, formatting our works, adding comments, adding links, and so on and so forth. Do this for your students, and within a year you get to have students who has access to far greater information and far greater learning, which in turn helps their learning and make them have better grades. This is one of the important portion of digital learning, digital classroom, and 21st century learning. Thank you. Till we meet again, study more, watch this video, learn how to use your Google Docs, and become a better 21st century class teacher. Bye bye for now.